gosh. We're back. Let's see what we can do this time. Let's see.
Transgender Sussex paramedic says patients refuse her help. Only to live by dying. I mean,
What?
That's just modern Darwinism, isn't it? We have enough trans people in the healthcare industry, and people are like, "Oh, I refuse help from this." The problem will just fix itself, right? God, it's so stupid.
What?
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson recently told people that he decided to watch Mona 2016 with his 4-year-old daughter Jasmine, and was extremely excited to reveal to her that he voiced Maui. I said, that's Daddy's voice, and I am going to show you. Maui starts singing, and then I start singing. And within 10 seconds, she is trying to put a pillow over my mouth and says, "You're ruining the show!" Oh my God, no mercy.
I feel that. I feel that.
It's a funny story, but I like that. It's kind of wholesome vibes. This is today's counterculture. What a punk become. No hate, no bigotry, no racism, no colorism, no xenophobia, Islamophobia, anti-Semitism, and so on. This is like, what do you mean what has it become? Oh my God, they're not racist? Outrageous. This is what punk has always been. Lamau. I don't think these people realize what they're actually against. They like poop on stuff sometimes.
Excuse me.
Oh, they're not racist.
I sneezed.
Disgusting. Kind of telling on yourself there, dude, aren't you? Yikes. It is shameful and sad that a hyper-promiscuous, childless woman, Taylor Swift, aging and alone with a cat,
B-.
has become the heroine of a feminist age. Taylor Swift, Person of the Year. This just reads like absolute salt. I've never understood people who are so weirdly upset about what, like, celebrities or public figures do with their life. Why do you even care? It's so weird.
She is fertile 24/7 too, and it's not his responsibility to protect your body. You are the one.
Chat, do you think we can wait 1 minute for this? I feel like we can wait a minute.
No. You don't even know how your body works. At this point, I doubt you're even a woman. Women know how ovulation works.
Dude,
Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait.
Anyone else's fault. You know one thing that
Is it?
strikes me so
Has it been a minute?
about these
It
kind of people is
has.
that it's so obvious they have either never experienced
Mangle
this
experimental
kind of stuff themselves
shows.
and are completely oblivious to what it means, or they're bullies just trying to justify their own behavior, or they're falling into categories where they just want an excuse for this anyway. If I harass someone to the point that they harm themselves, it's their fault for letting them get to them. It's just bullies excusing bullying.
Lightweight? Oh, I like that. I like that.
Regarding the entire drama ordeal that myself and some of my friends went through a few months ago here on YouTube, and there was a surge of comments that very much excused this kind of stuff, or it was trying to justify abusive behaviors and that kind of thing. It very much goes into the kind of logic where, if you're actually a real man, this can't happen to you. And number one, of course, it shows a complete lack of understanding of how controlling abusive situations actually do occur. They pretend like someone just wakes up one day and just gives up control of their life, when in reality it's a pretty long drawn-out scheme that can typically last for years and very, very gradually and very precisely removes control very slowly, and usually in the guise of generosity to begin with. And once you're in too deep, you've already invested a decent amount of cost in this, and they can hold that over your head to get you to do more and more tiny steps, because otherwise everything else will get ripped away. It's a very nasty strategy, and so many of these people have no fucking clue how that works, and it is upsetting. I was actually thinking about making a full video about this kind of stuff, a standalone video, because I think it's so important, and it is something that I see portrayed way too much, that is just like pooping on victims of various situations. And it's basically victim blaming galore with like a sprinkle of weird, toxic Twitter alpha masculinity. Which, like, fam, if you're actually, if you use the language of these actual people, if you are what you consider an alpha, if you actually want to use that language, which is ridiculous to begin with, you wouldn't feel the need to poop on people like this. A real person who's competent and confident and a leader figure, that kind of stuff, isn't a bully. Like, Jesus Christ, man. But let me know in the comments if you'll be interested in that kind of video. I did start working on a script, but it's a bit more like serious, of course, than the stuff I usually do. So let me know if that will be interesting. It is a topic that I think is very important to talk about based on the trends I've seen recently and the lack of understanding and sympathy for these sort of situations. It's pretty wild. I quit my teaching job and now make more bartending for 15 less hours a week. I also get blamed for less and get told thank you way more. No lesson plans or grading papers. Remember this when people ask about the teacher shortage. This is actually so sad. It was one of the reasons I never pursued teaching myself. I really enjoyed it as a part-time thing, or like an extra thing while I was studying. But the sad truth is that career-wise, it wasn't it. You give up so much by picking it as a career. And while some people will do that for the passion they have for example, kids and that kind of stuff, 90% of people struggle to make such a compromise, and for good reason. So make sure to award jobs that we find important, that we want people to actually seek out. Which makes me sad. Once upon a time in the 50s, a family could own a home, a car, and send the kids to college, all on one income. It's not even that long ago. Like, have you watched The Simpsons, for example? It's like one breadwinner in the family, and he's not like a CEO or anything either. Even the shows I used to watch as a kid are alien now. God damn it. Normalize this in America. We have a couple of girls walking around the store with assault rifles. America sometimes
I mean,
feels like
low-key, walking around with assault rifles sounds pretty good to me.
A friend forgot his laptop on
Imagine you're just walking down the street, and there's some dude with freaking AK-47. You walk, you look to your left, there's some dude with an AK-47 walking to you. He says, "Hey, what's up? Where's your gun?" Like, are you scared? I don't know if I'd be scared. I think I'd be more worried than anything.
That can be fair. I mean, if you're a non-smoker, smoking stuff can be a deal breaker. Makes sense. Doesn't get vaxxed. Okay, here we go. Doesn't watch adult naughty. Lift weights weekly. Prioritizes
doesn't watch adult naughties. You mean like watches the child version? You mean you want a P word? It's a bit. Not even a bit. That's just weird.
What is it? Tallow. Doesn't eat and drink out of plastic. Uses fluoride-free toothpaste. What?
Nightmare. No talent.
So wild. Is this also the kind of girl?
No perks.
It's not
No
good.
talent.
The skin in there is very soft and sensitive. It's not made for UV exposure. Doesn't wear aluminum deodorant. Wears 100% cotton underwear. Doesn't trust the government. Doesn't black out every weekend. Utilizes cold plunging and the sauna. I mean, I like saunas. Okay, that's half a gold star, which gets modified.
You know what? Let's go.
Gets daily sunlight.
Maybe I don't need them.
Oh yeah, they are. Just dig your head down into the dirt and just put your butt up towards the sun. There you go, all the nutrition you could ever need.
Oh wow, yes.
Actually do that and stuff, but this is whatever. No, birth control is poison. I mean, birth control can't really mess with hormones. I wouldn't call it poison, but it can be pretty bad. Uses natural remedies when sick, has some type of daily spiritual practice. Isn't stuck in a soul-sucking 9-to-5. Has hobbies and passions in their life. This is so weird. Because the thing is that this falls in the same category as an unhinged Tinder profile, right? Why is this I mean, some of this stuff is just it's like anti-vax, grounding, and but some just falls into this category where why you shouldn't so aggressive with called to a daily preference. Like, oh, looking for a non-smoker that I can take over the local gym with, hashtag positivity, long walks on the beach, you know, that kind of vibe. Like, selling your entire profile with negativity and aggressiveness. Which everybody in the precinct of America, especially our captain, your killing Panhandler Patrol. Oh my god, they made a quilt out of homeless signs. Why do police departments pull stuff like this and wonder why half the country hates them? Because bullies always simply being funny. Bullies take power from you, then say it's just a joke. Lighten up. Yeah, that really do be the vibe, isn't it? But just remember, they're not red, they're brown. Therefore, you can have a part with a cardinal family that those colors are bright red. Oh, you have gay cardinals. Oh, so sweet and sneaky. Oh, I love that. Eating some new Christian-friendly position for the bedroom. What? How do we do naughty things in a God-honoring way? Girl, you're married now. The possibilities are endless. there a chapter in the Bible that talks about positions and stuff, and Kama Sutra kind of stuff? That's the part of the Bible I missed. What a shame. A woman apparently drew up this list for awards to encourage her husband to do household chores for her. The sad legacy of Skinner and Stuff was not the award. Wash dishes equals hand job plus put away? Oh, wash dishes and put them away. Okay. Look after kids for a whole day includes feeding, doing nappies, and putting to bed. BJ, Hoover house, touch,
Jesus Christ.
fold and put away washing, kisses, cook dinner and clean kitchen. Anything you want. 2 or more jobs in one day equals the deed. But wait a second, what did the second last one include the last one too? Anything you want doesn't include like third base? This is a really weird list. I'm also gonna be honest, it's such an odd thing to twist in a relationship because it kind of implies that intimacy is just a labor for one person in the relationship and something they can offer as, you know, their part of the relationship or the other one that's chores. That's weird. I think both people should just enjoy it. No? That is odd. Females are zero purpose in the military other than not even. Yeah, that reaction makes it sums it up pretty
That's.
well. 6969.
I'm pretty sure there was a point in time where they actually believed that, right?
You know? Or if they're older, it's even sadder.
Where people actually thought like that women couldn't go to war.
For 84 months, that's like $30,000. I don't think that car is worth $30,000. 84 months. Holy crap!
499. Cherished husband, dad, and adulterer. Guess John. I knew.
So that's everyone else who goes, I guess. Rockstar Games releasing this naughty like video game for children in America? Yeah, hashtag ban GT6 it's trending right now. I have seen this outrage trending a surprising amount and I don't get it. It isn't a children's game, it's literally rated M for mature. Why would you stuff about this kind of stuff? It's a game called Grand Theft Auto. It literally has a history of involving that. Really adult topics and violence and that kind of stuff. It's rated M for a reason. What are you gonna ban like naughty websites because they're not child friendly? Like you can't ban everything. This is very much the kind of vibe as you can't have a cookie because I am on a diet kind of vibe. It's really weird. Don't do this. You're being silly.
Glamorous! Mississippi art teacher 27 is arrested for sending inappropriate pictures to a 16-year-old student.
Busted when another child found out. Glamorous Mississippi art teacher. That's a pretty generous synonym for the B word, isn't it? Nice. Alan Man busted with 58 terabytes of very bad naughty content. Do you all know how much a terabyte is? Throw him in the volcano. How do you even have that much storage space? Like my computer that is like outfitted for working with videos and editing and stuff that takes a lot of storage has like, what is it? It's like 6.5 terabytes. And that's a really chunky computer with a bunch of extra disks and stuff.
Why are you going over there?
Terabytes. We're talking like server-side stuff. Oh my god. Someone screenshot one of my tweets and found the company I work for and sent it to them. It eventually ended up on the director of operations desk. Too bad that's me, Bert. I chose to not fire myself. Woo! I haven't gotten it's like outrage. Fire like this guy within the video. He's annoying. Yeah. That would be making my day.
The day my husband asked me to pay half on rent is the day I pack my bag.
And go where? You can't even afford half for friends. Choosing beggars much?
Europeans are poor and don't have unlimited texting like most US class. They use WhatsApp instead of SMS.
What?
Huh?
Satan's done. Drag, Tory, Dolly, a Satanist B-word, Adrian, come junkie. We have been fooled, born a man. I swear to God, these people like we can.
Why are you so dramatic?
They just like,
Didn't know they had trauma titans, bro. So new one.
These people get it, according to the stuff I see, but at least it's basically 90% of the time. It's really funny.
Careful, my husband is suspecting us.
Suspecting what? Do I even know you? Robert Huntford, you are now our professional specialist. What the frick?
I'm sorry, my husband was using my phone. Luckily, I haven't said anything.
What did I say? I don't even know. Oh, there's still a hospital. I just wanted to confirm. This is a pretty funny prank call, though. Not gonna lie. My credit card number is this. The expiration date is this. The security code is this.
Fake. All credit card numbers start with the same digits to identify the company they come from, and 6 is not one of them. But I changed to a 4 and it works, so thanks for the new toy chump. If you're gonna put out a troll tweet about like your credit card and stuff, and like wage pay people are trying it, maybe you should at least switch more than like one number. You know? That seems very stupid.
Don't make me get the vax if I don't have the disease. I don't make you use common sense because you can't think. I would just like to point out the irony of this statement. You never get a vax for a disease you have. You get them so you never get the disease. It's like those are so funny. Because the person that perhaps even know what we're talking about, it is very satisfying. Kids these days have it a lot easier than we did growing up.
That's the goal though.
Right? Right? According to some people, no, it's better if you go back to the coal mines, I guess.
I think we're much better when kids were working at the coal mine.
Glow believers, I'll be like, haha, look at this, we're like, big space. Yeah, and if the moon's chasing us and we are chasing the sun, how does the moon pass between us and the sun perfectly during an eclipse? The sun would always be in front of us and the moon would always be behind us. What a flawed model.
What are you talking about? Like, we're traveling forward at the same speed. You know, kind of or you can just like look up in the sky for an eclipse or something like that and see when it passes between, you know, or to simulate the orbits. I think we simulated like Kepler movements of planets and that kind of stuff for the first year. So that's the thing. And yeah, no, these people are a bit confused, aren't they? Well, bodies, lasses, and dots. So I do hope you enjoyed this video as much as you want. And I hope to see you in the very near future. Take care.
Looking for some positive energy. Big please, big major.
You look at your underpants.
She's afraid yet. That's right, she's a bait chick.
Oh, snap.
Bait, not fried, with 100% real cheese.
Oh, snap.
Okay, somebody please eat this thing fried here. On it, no cheese. Well, bodies, lasses, and lavas, look, you smell absolutely astounding today. And don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. But first, 100% all the rest. Is that you, Claire? Oh my god, what is that aroma? Claire, is that because you have bought an emotional sporting and glow-in-the-dark edition, Claire? You haven't bought an emotional sporting and glow-in-the-dark edition, Claire? Oh my god, Claire, I'm so sad, Claire. Look at this sweet boy that comes in the dark, Claire. Did you want Claire? How do you refuse? That's Claire. Anyway, emotional manipulation. So, good evening, everyone. Today, we are going to be talking absolutely dappy violations. Have you heard of what it's called? Yeah, I think that's how it's pronounced. It has a lot of fascinating stuff about the world that I just find gigglingly interesting. So let's dig into this together. Some of it might be gay, so content warning for this. For this agenda. Welcome to the gay agenda. Enjoy. Alright, we start off today with a post from someone called This video is already a train wreck. Someone on r/legal advice was sick of their co-workers stealing their food out of their fridge, so they started labeling it poison, do not eat, in a Sharpie on both the bag and the food's wrapper every day, and the person still kept stealing it. So after a week, they added a bunch of rats and pigs to the food, and the thief had to go to the hospital and could possibly sue OC. Is that actually how that works, though? Isn't the stealing the crime? You know, if you put little poison on it, and maybe you could say, well, oh, no, the accidents are for me because I have, like, I don't know, a surgery, so I need my stomach and bowels to be empty, you know? I think you could sell it. So the general contender though he was technically objectively in the wrong from a legal standpoint. But there is 0% chance of them being convicted in criminal court because that would require finding 12 jurors who would rule in favor of someone stealing food labeled poison do not eat. And they hate poison! Not guilty by reason, but a frick that guy. I think karma needs to be a valid court ruling. The defendant technically committed a crime, but in the sense of karma, this dude really did deserve it. Can we just make this a thing? Romeo, I dreamt a dream tonight. Mercutio, and so did I. I probably butchered that pronunciation, but that's okay. Romeo, well, what was yours? Mercutio? The dreamers often lie. Romeo and Juliet, William Shakespeare. Romeo, I had some Thames AF dream last night, bro. Oh, so did I. What did you dream, dude? That you're full of shit! One thing I do love about classic literature is they have really mastered the way of, for example, just saying, up yours, Romeo, but make it sound classy, so you don't pick it up right away. But then when you read into it, you're like, oh wait, he literally just told him to go frick himself. Which is smexier, a werewolf or a vampire? Well, depends if you find it smexier to submit to the will of charismatic people or to be overwhelmed by animalistic power. And that is not a decision I can make for you. Do you take the bloodsucky pill or the fluffy pill? Well, we can probably ask the furry community about this one. Not that I would know what that is. It's just like a random word I keep seeing in my comments. I don't know. People keep recommending some weird subreddit to me. I have no idea what they're talking about. Like, Jesus. I think at this point people are just making up words in my comments to gaslight me. Stop gaslighting me. Furries aren't real. Okay, next meme. Hurry, next meme. I am done gardening for today. I'm not even killing him. He looks like he fights back. I can get that garba with an angry face. Hashtag bro fell for the marketing. Markets. I read this as marketing first. Hashtag oldest trick in the book. I remember reading that post. It's lions, or no, it's tigers, I think. That they have these patterns in the back of their skull that make it look like eyes. And it's like, oh my god, it's to make stuff that hunts things afraid of them. Well, I'm not scared of a tiger anymore, but I'm scared of whatever hunts the tiger. The answer is giant flesh-eating elephants with sharp fangs. You're welcome. And that's a bit of a horror story, isn't it? Can you imagine like an elephant, mammoth-looking thing, but like with the jaws of a T-Rex? And it just grabs you with its trunk. You're like, no! I need to make this into a D&D adventure. Pro tip for writing military characters. Do not give them badass nicknames. Literally every military nickname is either an insult or a reminder of an embarrassing incident. For example, my nickname was Firehose because I once got really drunk and pissed myself. I'm not ashamed to admit this because everyone I knew with a nickname had a similarly embarrassing origin. Mine was Rat because I was short for the army and ugly. Jesus Christ! I mean, God, at least Rat is a little bit more low-key because imagine it's like, yeah, what's your nickname? Ugly boy. Thanks. It rings a bell where there's a movie, I think it's a comedy, where someone is trying very hard to be named Rocket Man for some reason, so they're playing the song Rocket Man and doing all these kind of things, but then they do a stupid mistake and they get named like Diaper Boy or something. I don't remember the movie. I just like have a vague recollection, but it's very funny. I have a friend who is a history major who has only played one game in the past 2 years. He spent almost 2,000 hours on Crusader Kings 2, and that's all he plays every single day after class. When I tried to recommend Titanfall 2 to him, he said, no thanks, I already play a video game. Oh my game. Honestly, I can get hyper-focused on games like this too if they have enough content and replayability. I had this happen with Warcraft 3, for example, way back in the day because of the custom maps and stuff. It offered just infinite playability, and the community around it was pretty cool. So I think I played basically only that game for like 5 years straight. It was amazing. And then a similar thing happened when Ark Survival Evolved came out, because I started playing on like servers and match people and stuff, and I played that for like 3 years straight. I played only that. But of course, those games have a lot of replayability. Most games don't offer those kind of hours to make that possible. Deer season is upon us. Number 1, wear your seatbelt. Number 2, if your choice is swerve at high speed or hit the deer, you plow Bambi's mom like you're an IT specialist with a secret Twitter account in his Anthrocon week. What a call-out! Stop! What is it with these call-outs today? Deer are softer than trees. Deer are softer than rolling your car 8 times. Swerve for moves. Moves are harder than trees. Moves are harder than rolling your car 8 times. Moves can take the top half of a car clean off with sincerity. Yeah, that's actually a thing. If you drive up north where meese are plenty, is that the plural of moose? Meese? I'm gonna pretend it is. So up here, for example, in Salem, there can be a lot of meese, and a lot of the cars have very strong, like, pillars on the side that holds up the car. This is because if you hit meese in the legs, they will tip over, and the entire, like, hundreds and hundreds of kilo body will just come crashing through your windshield. So if you have, like, a poopy little southern car that doesn't have, like, really strong pillars, you just plow the entire roof off and the people inside with it. So yeah, be careful around meese. They are big. I can already see the comment section being, like, legitimately angry. What the? Like, what do you mean meese? You're welcome for that adrenaline. I hope it's healthy for you.
When I was a kid, my grandpa was a Great Depression survivor, and he wouldn't waste any amount of food. So he taught me how to eat the apple core, and I started eating the whole apple in grade school, and the kids called me horse boy.
I swear to God, like these little small childhood nuggets and traumas are so oddly specific sometimes. It's wild what kids bully kids for, man. Kids suck. Why is a dead wife so common as a backstory for male heroes when divorce exists? And it's 10,000% funnier. Superhero. Ever since I lost my life, I swore I would push myself to become the greatest hero the city's ever seen. Voice from the crowd.
Still not taking it back, Jared.
What? You do, Stacy? Can we just make this into a series? But it's also very funny if the ex-wife is also a superhero. You know, that would be incredibly funny. They show up on the same scene sometimes and be like, oh, it's you, Stacy. Hi, Jared. How are you doing? Can we just do this and everything is super awkward and weird? I love series that do this, that just turn like everyday stuff that a lot of people go through that is very mundane, but just apply it to these ridiculous scenarios of like superheroes and stuff. That is always incredibly entertaining to me. I love it.
It makes it relatable because it means that I feel like a superhero for going through mundane stuff, like, I don't know, arguing about dishes.
Merry Crisis, everyone. At the very least, we have a Raycon sale. Raycon has really made a name for themselves in premium audio with products like their everyday earbuds, plus their new line of Raycon Home and Raycon Power Tech products, like the Magic 180 charging cable and the faucet filter. They provide premium tech products at a great price. Their products have earned tens of thousands of 5-star reviews. They offer easy and free returns, free shipping, and buy now, pay later options. Raycon products are so universally useful, perfect for custom holiday gifts or help someone bring in the new year. And right now, Raycon is offering limited-time bundles of some of the best-selling products, including fitness kits, an everyday audio kit, and several others. And just that, it's absolutely juicy for your New Year's resolutions. Yum! I love using my Raycons when I'm out running to improve form. Yum, amazing! This holiday season, get free audio and power to get a great price. Save even more too. Go to buyraycon.com. Completely at 15% off some Thank you for sponsoring this. I love folklore so much. The recommending conversation and arrow comes from it's always one of the dumbest thing you ever heard. Mexican folklore. Oh, do you think this place is a normal location? Sure, you know. Everyone knows this place is the scary location. Yeah, that's like the horror movies too. It's always a haunted house.
British folklore, this is a focusing on make sure to give it the necessary polish, otherwise it might turn to a mist. Oh my God, Governor, we wouldn't want a little mischief in here, would we?
To my British viewers, I'm not sorry. The German folklore, for the love of God, do not trust the hot people, and do not trust the babies, and do not trust the short, and do not trust Christmas, and do not trust sausage, and do not trust the elderly. U.S. folklore, the strong boy from Texas is God's favorite. Is it like a Bigfoot reference? Oh, maybe it's those giant skulls that they were finding. They were like how the dinosaurs were giant forests to lift them up.
One of my favorite genre of the poets is one man being like,
oh, you know, or this doesn't exist. I have done deed with many a women and incapable of achieving orgasms.
And then a bunch of other guys show up to roast him.
He would know if he actually had Nazis with a woman.
Are you self-reported that you can't pleasure a woman? This is, oh my god, it's a compilation of these tweets. I love this. I've had this come up in so many videos, and the funniest part is that it's not even the same post. This is like a repeating phenomenon that so many posts about. It's like, oh my god, I have been with so many women. No one likes women obviously can't enjoy it. It can't possibly be the common denominator of what they still concept.
Oh, this is so funny. Oh my god, I love this.
2. This idea frames naughties as something that hetero women are subjected to, rather than enthusiastic.
Trying to make, but I have yet to meet a hetero woman who enthusiastically participates in Nazis. Imagine telling others about this. I have freaked thousands upon thousands of women, and not a single one was able to enjoy it. It is biologically impossible for women to achieve enjoyment. I don't know why y'all just be lying on stuff for no reason. I also love the great show 27 nights and 554 quote tweets.
My brother in Christ. Oh no.
Waterboarding couldn't have gone designed of. Hashtag waterboarding couldn't have gone designed. It's one of my all favorite lines, by the way.
I love how this is such a common occurrence. This is a legitimate trend.
People are like, I get dim and are broken because they don't like being complete.
Oh my god.
The Flat Earth Society bought a $20,000 super accurate laser gyroscope to prove the Earth doesn't rotate 15 degrees per hour. And they kept getting results that proved it does. So they kept altering the test to try and make it not reach 15 degrees. But it worked. So they would say, oh, well, we don't believe it. And we have other stuff that proves it. So whatever. Oh, this is actually part of the Netflix documentary about Flat Earth. I can really recommend it. It's very funny because at multiple points in this documentary, they have an experiment that actually proves the Earth is round, but they dismiss it for various reasons. They did the same thing with a laser along the river kind of experiment, which was kind of proved that the Earth was round in the end, but then they had some excuse for it, of course. And this thing, I remember they put this gyroscope in, like, I don't know, a metal box or something like that, or a lead box. Like, oh my god, maybe it can't measure it, and it still measured the rotation. So they tried so hard, just like, oh my god, can we, like, block this out? Can we destroy the thing and make it show the wrong stuff? It's so wild. And this kind of just proves that evidence doesn't really matter in these cases because people just be, well, excused or literally ignored, which is, the exact opposite to any kind of scientific process. So, there you go, fam. Excellent.
My friend told me last night that he gets girls to come back to his place by telling them
Can't wait to go home and have some stew. And I am so hungry. Good thing I have stew at home.
and it's worked every time. Bro, the worst part is last night I went to his place and it's 11 p.m. and I'm sitting here eating stew. Like, god damn it, it worked on me too.
This dude's place, some free stew. Goodness.
Okay, but it makes sense. First, everyone gets hungry, and stew is one of those meals that nobody has a lot of, and almost always decent and can be delicious. So anyone hearing,
I've got stew, is going to think, I'm kind of hungry, and when was the last time I had stew?
secondly, it shows you can cook, so you're not an idiot. Also, it shows that you're responsible because you made stew before going out, so you'd have some later. And we all know you can't rush stew, so she knows you have patience. And lastly, you're not going to be making huge moves super fast when you have a belly full of stew. You're not going to be doing anything super fast with a belly full of stew, and it will help sober you up so everyone will be more sober at the end of the night. So less worry there.
Frick, man. If I'm a woman out looking for someone to come home with, the dude with the stew is my first, second, and last choice.
You see that? Fellow males, if you want to pick up a partner out in the town, just improve your stew abilities. My God, all those books about dating and the games and pickup lines and stuff? Screw all that. Learn how to make a really good stew. There you go.
When vampires are portrayed as mainly preying on women, that's so unrealistic. Like, I'm sorry, but they're too careful, especially
I can
around
hold two
strange
now?
men. Dudes are much easier.
That's cool.
You could literally lurk in a bush in the park at night and call out, "Whoa, look at this messed up looking squirrel," and have 3 grown men climb in immediately.
Oh my God, that's so true though. I feel so called out by this. I feel really called out. That is actually a thing. This would be so funny. Can we just have a vampire movie that does this? That'd be so cool. Man, bro, look at this funky looking squirrel. Oh my God, fellow man, I want to see the funky looking squirrel. And you get like 12 victims right there. Gorgeous, rising bronze. The Antichrist came and went, but no one noticed because he wasn't worse than the current state of the world already is. The rapture followed, but no one went to heaven, so we didn't notice that either. We have been living in hell for the last 5 years, and no one has noticed yet.
Oh, I didn't realize this was a writing prompt.
Well, it can still be a writing prompt and reality at the same time, I suppose. You know, writing prompts can be based on true stories. Man, this just hits home, doesn't it? I love how hyenas still have the winter coat gene. Like, if you keep hyenas in cold climates, they just do this. It's so silly. They get so fluffy. Oh my god, I need a fluffy Swedish hyena. Oh my, can I have that? Is that illegal to have as a pet? Maybe it isn't. I might do it anyway.
I want that twink obliterated.
This is how the movie went, right? Kronk. By whom, though? I might be your classic hunk body type, but I'm not exactly a top. I have a couple of exes I could call that might be his type. Do you want someone to just take him out for dinner, or just...
I want you to kill him! The erasers couldn't even erase.
Not meant to. They're meant to exist and bring delights, and they did. I'm a 27-year-old electrical engineer who works in a secret lab in the middle of buttfuck Egypt. For 1 2-month period, the office suddenly ordered changed from normal erasers to these. I will not lie. Every time I thought I was alone, I would sneak one out of my desk and eat it. You know, they look good, but it's still just like rubber, though. But they looked delicious, tasted mint, but the appearance was stunning that my brain just kept thinking, surely the rest were a fluke, but this time it will taste like fruit and sugar. Anyway, eventually the order stopped, and I was very worried that somehow they had found out that I was the one eating their erasers. So I kind of casually brought it up with my manager that I was sad they swapped the erasers out, and he was like, yeah, but I kept eating them so they couldn't stay. In this little station in Egypt, we're just eating free erasers. Oh my god, it's so good. And they all did it secretly. But they do look so tasty though, I agree. They look like candy. Game.
Yeah.
Kind of elemental-based fighting system. Me applying Pokemon logic. To be fair, Pokemon element logic is rooted in normal logic. Yeah, everyone knows a wrestler's biggest weakness is the local pigeons. Have you ever tried punching a bird?
Yo, mine's bad. My Wi-Fi cut out and it like muted me and stuff. And
That'll be good isn't the right word, but realistic. Temptationless behavior. Oh yeah, that was a really good video. If you haven't seen the new H-Bomb that video, like you can play this. You can see it. Compared to that one we recognize. But it's a really good video. And when I feel it from like YouTube in general after the video drops, it's like, oh my god. It just looks amazing. It feels like I was brought up in the video because it's very, very aware. You know, it's actually putting effort into plagiarizing. It's pretty wild. And
putting effort into plagiarizing? How do you put effort into plagiarizing?